We're at an exhibition at the Macmillan Museum of Art called Gateway to Himalayan Art, and it showcases the amazing collection of the Rubin Museum, and we're looking at an image of the Medicine Buddha.
The painting is a reproduction of the first in a set of medical paintings commissioned in 17th century by the regent of the Fifth Dalai Lama, Gyatso, and he compiled a medical treatise called the Blue Beryl, which this set of paintings illustrates. The reason this set of paintings was created is that the government was trying to systematize medical knowledge on one hand, and on the other wanted to have some sort of management of the education about medicine. The paintings were meant to be used by medical students to help them memorize various chapters of the treatise. And this first painting sets up the whole set and explains who the Medicine Buddha is and situates him within his mandala palace.
The Medicine Buddha is holding two objects.
In his left hand is a bowl with ambrosia, and in his right hand he's holding a stem of a plant called myrobalan, which is one of the main ingredients in Tibetan medicine. Technically speaking, this is the Buddha's palace on a mountain that has 4 different sides filled with medicinal forest, and each different plant is inscribed and recognizable.
So this picture introduces this idea of the Medicine Buddha as a teacher, and also it provides a way of reminding you, what does nature provide for healing?
I'm reminded of the story about a medical student whose master sent him to find one thing that was not useful in healing. So this person spent long time searching, and he came back and said, I could not find anything that was not useful in medicine. And then his master said, well, congratulations, you are now a medical practitioner because you realize that everything can be used for healing.
We see not just plants, but also buildings.
And it's interesting that all these different buildings have different styles. Some look like Chinese, others look a little bit more like maybe Mongolian, and some look like huts. So there's a diversity of styles. On the right corner, we have images of people that have long hair and they have this ascetic attire. Those are the sages who initiated the dialogue with the Buddha, asking about how healing can be done.
And then opposite them, we see beautiful figures.
These are the images of the gods who are in attendance and listening to the teachings of the Buddha.
And then on the right side, I see more figures, all attending to the Buddha in the center.
Those are bodhisattvas receiving instructions also from the Buddha. So all of these figures are attending the teaching that the Buddha is expounding.
And directly below the Buddha, we see something very important.
This is an interesting element which I think makes us relate what we see here to the general Buddhist worldview, because this image is still of a Buddha. We see here, but just below his throne is the Dharma Chakra, or the wheel of the Dharma. And so this teaching is not just on medical science, but is also instruction on how you transform yourself. To Tibetan medical practitioners, medicine is not just the things that you do to the body, but also things that affect your mind. So everything is interdependent, and this is part of the larger Buddhist teaching of interdependence.
An important component of this painting is the long inscription that we see at the bottom.
And this inscription says that at the center of an emanation abode, on the summit of a mountain endowed with potent and powerful remedies, within a celestial palace with 4 gates, the teacher of remedies, Vaishadja Guru, which is the Sanskrit name of the Buddha, explains the science of medicine to many assembled gods, sages, Hindu divinities, and Buddhists. The teaching is given in the form of dialogue. And then the last part, it says that the mirror-like pristine cognition purifies delusion. The pristine cognition of emptiness purifies hatred. And the pristine cognition of sameness purifies pride. And pristine cognition of discernment purifies desire. And pristine cognition of accomplishment purifies envy. And the last part here in the corner is a sign of the artist and his name.